We are back here on Studio 40 Live, ready to roll. Wine has disappeared, although they've taken off, but it's there in the food. I can't wait to sample that. But TMZ is so much fun, Scott.
That's right.
This is great. We get caught up on everything that's going on.
Right.
And I heard word that Branson's back.
With a new hat wardrobe?
With a new hat wardrobe.
This is the rumor. This is what some of the paparazzi and others are getting.
That's what we care about.
That's what we're getting. I don't know if we can confirm, deny, or just absolutely.
Let's bring him in.
Yes, it's there.
He does have the Sacramento hat on. Yes!
It was very hard to decide which one to wear. Thanks so much to you guys for sending this to me. I also brought the other one. I couldn't decide which one to wear.
There we go.
So I brought both.
Wow.
There's
Is that a Republic
five
hat?
of them. I could have wore all five, but unfortunately not.
We got
Scott
just to incorporate them over the months. We got some Sacramento Kings gear for you. We got some Sacramento Republic gear for you, so you can make your choices depending on the day and how you're feeling.
Exactly. Vastly different looks, but love the hats. Love the hats.
Love the hats. All right, cool. All right, just be careful because those Laker fans in that newsroom down there in LA might be throwing stuff at you. Let's
Gotta be careful, man.
Gotta be careful. Let's get right to it now. This is all these topics that we talk about pretty much are serious. This is a pretty crazy one. If you watch Ghost Adventures, Aaron Goodwin, his wife supposedly put a hit out on him?
Yes, exactly. Totally wild story here. We had just put this up last week. Victoria Goodwin, the wife of Aaron Goodwin. If you don't watch Ghost Adventures, he's a big star on that show. Well, we learned that his wife had been arrested on charges of solicitation of murder. And this whole story happened when the Florida authorities had actually confiscated a phone from a murder inmate inside a Florida prison and found text messages between her and this inmate. And let me tell you guys, this inmate, he's no joke. He is actually in prison for murdering his mother, brother, and so forth. So this guy is a very serious allegation on this guy. But I mean, these text messages, you can actually go read these online. And the text messages between him and her, obviously he can't be the one to execute this murder for hire plot because he's in prison. But the allegation is that she was trying to organize bringing in a third person to go then murder Aaron. And then we just put up the story today. Aaron actually took the call about this plot from authorities in the middle of a shoot for Ghost Adventures. They were shooting a lockdown investigation special, and we actually learned that they are going to possibly air that phone call later on in a future season. Not the upcoming one, but it's really crazy, guys, this entire story. But she has actually denied this whole thing, saying that she is not plotting to murder her husband. So we'll have to see what happens next with this.
But if the text messages are there, the receipts are there, and
it's all there.
Come on, that's happening.
They can definitely get to the bottom of this.
100%.
They can definitely do it.
100%. Well, hey, thanks for catching us up on that. Getting to the bottom of the Wendy Williams story continues to be as elusive as ever. Twists, turns, catch us up. I know we got a couple of different things going on.
Absolutely. I mean, yesterday, for example, Wendy Williams had a very hectic day, starting with a letter that TMZ had received from the lawyer of her guardian, Sabrina Morrissey. And in this letter, she had been contrasting all of the claims that Wendy had been making about the luxury prison that she's been forced to stay in, as well as the conditions, being able not to go outside, visitors, and so forth. This letter, this guardian is claiming that Wendy absolutely is allowed to have visitors and is allowed to come and go as she pleases. And then later on in the day, we actually spoke to Wendy Williams for a very lengthy amount of time. She got very emotional because in the middle of the day, the judge then sent an email to her lawyer, to Wendy's lawyer, saying that she wanted to move Wendy to a facility with even more restrictions. And then, guys, it gets even worse. Come last night, she actually goes out to dinner with her niece, Alex, and we found out that the facility ended up calling the NYPD and filing a police report on her niece, saying that they unlawfully took Wendy out of the building. We ended up catching up with Wendy outside of the building when she got back, and she was flabbergasted, said this is absolutely ridiculous. And it's just so much is happening with this, and we're seeing two different sides here, the contrasting side from the guardianship, and then obviously the family of Wendy Williams. So this is absolutely ridiculous.
Wow, and it just keeps on going because that happened last night. This morning, you got more updates. I'm sure the newsroom there is being flooded with more information. If we check back with you later this afternoon, it's going to be more updates.
No, absolutely. And it's also important to note just a couple days ago, she had passed her mental faculty test, and she passed it with flying colors, all 10 questions with a psychiatrist at the hospital there. So again, contrasting that claim that she was diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia, and she claims that she does not have dementia. But this is all going to come out obviously in court when all the facts are laid out on the table, and it's going to come down to what that judge ends up deciding.
Wow. Yeah. 7 steps forward, 7 steps back, I feel like, with this one. And a couple steps sideways. Branson Quirk, we can always count on you, man. Good hat, great guy, all of it. Let's go.
I love the hat.
All thanks to you guys. Miss
Absolutely
you guys.
love it.
There it is. Watch weekdays, two different chances, 2 and 3:30 right here on Fox 40, TMZ.com on the web.